Hi, hello, I am live, and today I am going to talk about erotica and erotic photography courses. And I will mention something about galleries. Okay, galleries. I am erotic content creator. I shoot portraits, body portraits, right? And that includes boudoir, nude photography, explicit, and make love scenarios for couples. And also I shoot erotic fantasies with couples and with individuals when we hire models. Okay, so today I am going to discuss about adult photography courses, and adult photography is about erotica. Okay, it's about sexuality, and it's about undressing in front of the camera, right? And it's about taking nudes, right? So usually, right, people practicing when they shooting erotica and want to become erotic photographer, they usually practice with models. Okay, when I started shooting erotica, I practiced with myself. Okay, and I was doing selfies, right? And then only I moved to models, right? The models is there is this auditorium. There are a lot of beginners, right? Models who would need portfolios, adult portfolios for adult work, right? A lot erotica in my studio now most of the time used for individuals, for general public, right? But when I'm talking about creating an erotic photography course and teaching students who just want to break in, right, in boudoir photography, nude photography, right, the best idea is to find models, right, and work with the models. Okay, and this is very easy to find them because there are a lot of models who would like to create erotic photo shoots, right? And so that's how I started. I started shooting models, okay? And at the beginning, I shoot women, right? And so today I will discuss about erotic photography course, adult photography course, right? There are people who are interested in art, in working with models, right? Experimenting with their camera. Everyone has a camera now on their phone, okay? And like you see, it is quite a good pixelation and it's quite a good picture. So when you are learning erotic photography, okay, it's not necessarily that you have to have a professional equipment. Okay, you can just be practicing great pictures with your girlfriend or with your wife. Okay, that's a great start to understand the lighting, to understand the body posing, okay, and to understand the sexual energy, how to extract sexual energy from the body. Okay, so when I speak about erotic photography course, right, I would prepare two groups, right? And I have this base. I am based on Telegram, okay, and people can join my Telegram public channel, okay, and then I will create an individual group, private group, where we will be learning erotic photography, and there will be group for beginners, right, to learn erotica, and there will be group for people who are advanced, okay. And advanced is that means that there are a lot of individuals who are seriously interested in photography, okay, and they know a lot of skills. They have already knowledge and skills. They don't need to listen about exposure, or a framing or a lighting or a background. They don't need that, right? And in general, erotic photography, it's not about the background, okay, it's not about the camera settings, okay, and it's not about the lighting. Okay, it's complementary, but the most important what I teach for my students is to create a connection with that person. Because if you have a connection, you can make that person to do anything in front of the camera. Okay, and that's the main thing. Okay, to have an energy and to be persuasive and to understand how you can direct the person, how to make them relax okay, how to put them into that at ease atmosphere, how they are start feeling energy in their body, and they are opening up to you. In the same, they're opening up to themselves to understand who they are. So you are helping adults, okay, because adult photography and erotic photography is for adults only. So adults communicate with adults, right? And you're helping adults to learn about themselves, to learn about their personality, to learn about their body, okay, to learn about their beauty, to learn about their complexity, about their age, right? And about their presentation, sexual energy, right? So erotic photography is all about that, okay, about sexy things. How you can make people move into their sexy action. How you can make people feel sexual energy and vibrate on the spot. I'm not talking about the vibrator, but that's another thing, okay? Because you see, when I will be teaching erotic photography, props are a very important thing in general, right? Because people at the beginning, when I start working with the models, I realized that there is a very big barrier, okay, even with the young models or old models to break into the industry, they are beginners. They are shy and they are nervous and they are scared in front of the camera like everyone else, okay? Hi, hello. I will be answering some questions a little bit later. Let me just talk about erotic photography course, adult photography course for adults, right? So I'm just giving an introduction, okay, about how I learn erotic photography, okay? I am in adult business for 20 years, and I watched people undressing and creating erotica and making love scenes, okay, for a really long time. Okay, the reason why I am very successful at my shoots, and it means successful at the shoots, you create a decent explicit content, okay? When people are performing in front of the camera and doing the things that they not plan to do, okay, that's a successful shoot. It's not showing the intimate parts, it's not only taking pictures, but when they are opening up, showing up their intimate, and you know how to say, everybody has certain imperfections, okay, and the personality has an inhibitions, right? They are worried how they look, okay, how they look from that angle, what the photographer sees down there, what if they would take a picture of this and that, and especially women worry, okay, women worry about every wrinkle on the face, okay? So imagine including the whole body in the picture. And when you shoot mature generation, right, it's more imperfections naturally, okay? And even young models worry, okay? So everyone, you know, are cautious and they are concerned, okay? But with models, it's easy to work because they're going into this business, and some of them really practice, okay? Practice performing, practice posing themselves, practice undressing, okay? So that is why I would recommend to start there. And I would explain how to find your models, how to book the models, where, okay, and how to work with them. And I even present this visually, okay? What that means is that we will invite the models in the studio and I will show them what to do with the models, right? But then another thing, when you're shooting, you know, regular people who never, you know, did any modeling, never, you know, did the drama or acting, you know, or any kind of a stage performance, and they have a stage fright, okay? And then they have, you know, issues, you know, how they look, or they scared to undress and so on. So the photographer, in the same way, he does a therapy for those adults, right? Because creating a great picture and making art for them, you're just healing them. You're showing them how beautiful they are, regardless, okay, what they think about themselves, okay? Regardless how they worry about how they look, okay? Or maybe they do, you know, have this, how to say, maybe a few kilos over, maybe, you know, after the pregnancy, there are a lot of situations, right, when women are not intact or not perfect anymore. But that's the beauty, because we change and we age, right? And the acceptance is the most important thing. Okay, when you go into erotic photography, there is nowhere to hide, because they are undressing. They are undressing. And the first thing is the energy. Okay, if you do not have a certain energy within you, they will be scared to perform in front of you. They will feel your energy. Okay, energy is contagious, and other people have a very good sense. Everyone, we have 6 senses, right? Everyone sense, someone is lying, or someone is in a good mood, or someone is in a bad mood. You also can sense that the person is nervous. Okay, and automatically what will happen, if the person is nervous and you shooting a nervous person, you will become nervous. Right? So your shoot will not be successful. Erotic photo shoot is successful when the person is in the confident zone, when he is relaxed. Okay? And to place that person there from the point when he is not sure, feeling awkward, feeling anxious, feeling, not happy, with this situation, right? Because it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable undress. It's uncomfortable to touch yourself. It's uncomfortable to present your body in the way. It's uncomfortable to open up and show everything, right? Because erotic photography, it's a brave move, right? And when you're shooting nude, you can create beautiful nude arts, right? With the composition and with the framing and with the lighting and posing the person. But I would always come very close, because I believe erotic photography, it's a contact, right? So we can shoot from the distance, which majority photographers would do. I would come very close, I would come very close. I would establish a certain contact, okay? And I would pass my energy to my model or to my client, okay? And when I'm on stage, I am in my element. I am confident at what I'm doing. And I know what to say to that person in that moment. I can even feel, when the person is drifting somewhere or overthinking. I could look at the face and understand by the facial expression. When you're shooting a portrait, there are more than 10 smiles that you can shoot, right? And if the person is nervous, automatically the body will reflect that. You don't need to listen and hear that he's saying, I am nervous. You would be visually recognizing the signs, okay, that the body is nervous. And that is not the time to create great and amazing shots, because if you are nervous, you are not confident. If you are not confident, you're in a negative vibration. You are scared, you are shy, you can't be sexy, okay? This element, when you are afraid, it's actually child's energy, okay? And people don't sleep with children. So erotic energy, right, it's only for adults, okay? And adults are confident in their sexuality, and they present their sexual markers, right? The way they move, the way they speak, the way they touch themselves, the way they feel. And at the same time, when you're shooting erotic photography, there is a files, programs running in their heads. So what you're doing is you're trying to change the recording in their heads. Very often, okay, people like themselves in the mirror more, okay, and then shy away when it comes to shooting without a reflection. It's very hard, actually. There are a lot of people who would come to the studio and say, give me the mirror, okay? Give me the mirror, I want to see myself. They can't pose, they cannot create, they cannot be themselves, right? They want to control. They want to control fully how they look to be presentable, okay? That's what will happen. So at the beginning, always, I check the energy, I check the pulse, okay, literally, not joking, okay, but there has to be a certain state, and you have to lead that person into a certain state. And for me, erotic photoshoot is a journey. It's the journey when the personality moves from unknown, okay, maybe scared, maybe nervous state, into the more confident and more sexy personality, you know, and that means being themselves. Okay, so erotic photography for me, it's an adventure, right? But in the same time, there is a lot of knowledge out there, okay, and there has to be a lot of experience. And when you have an experience, then you are a very confident photographer. With the confidence, you can make people, you can move them from the state when they are unsafe, unsure, feeling awkward, feeling shy. You can move them from one place to the other. Everyone can feel sexual energy. Everyone can present it. But very often they hide it, they suppress it, or they switch it off. And then they, during the photo shoot, they say, I don't know how to be sexy. I don't know what to do. So they don't know the vibration, the adult vibration that they have to, live in. Sexual energy is when people feel alive. It's a rebel energy. Yeah? When it's risky and frisky. Okay? And people very often mix love with sexual energy. Love, it's a safe and taking care emotion. Okay? Sexuality, it's being on the edge, doing new things, risky things. And now, you tell me one thing. Is it easy to desire something that you already know? That's the whole dilemma. So erotica is an unknown. When you lead your partner to a certain erotic adventure, to a certain feeling, yes, taking extremes, actions, doing something new, doing something unfamiliar, that is erotica, right? And as soon as you go there are new levels, of adventure, new, how to say, if you're playing the game, right, there are a lot of levels. So you go to a new level, higher and higher and higher with erotica. Because what happens is that people create a relationship and then they know each other very well. They are very cozy with each other. They're very familiar. And then it is very hard to desire something what you already have. Okay, so erotica teach you to be creative, okay, to be experimental, to be intuitive, right? And move, take an action. Not think about it, not fantasize it, but taking an action, right? So that's what I do. Okay, so let me just quickly say hi, because I am here already chatting about erotic photography course, and people would like to learn photography, adult photography, okay? And everyone has an equipment. I can tell you, you don't have to have a great camera, okay? You don't have to own one. Shooting erotica, it's all about working with yourself, within yourself, and with that person who you're taking a picture of, right? And his energy is most important. Yes, people can do it, right? People can undress and you straight away can take a picture which is nude, okay? And maybe with the slight light, even one light, you already can create, artistic presentation. But that's the question. Is it a real erotica? How that person is feeling at that time? Is he confident? Is he performing? Is he giving himself? Is he sexually active at that moment? Is he aroused? Or he is shy, scared, feeling awkward, do not understand, anything what he's doing, what's happening to him and what to do next, and lost and confused. These are totally different poles of energy that can present, nude photography, explicit photography. So I am saying, for me, successful shoot, okay, when person is in his element, Sexual energy is flowing his body, and they want to show it, they want to present it, they want to be themselves. They want to feel this in their body, how sexy they are, how hot they are, how brave they are. It is a freedom, to express yourself, to show yourself, not to hide, remove all the mask, take off all the layers. Yes, work with your negative emotions. Move all their inhibitions aside. Erotica is about the body and the energy and the presence. Because when you have a presence, you're alive. You feel that vibrance, the vibrance. Look at my colors. You see, life is with colors. But yes, you can have a dull life, okay? You can just do it with your partner, okay? You can just both undress and do it with your partner and feel nothing. And feel nothing. So that's also, I'm not saying that it is wrong, okay? I am just saying that people are living lives and they live in an intimate life, right? Personal, intimate life, and do not experience all these colors. They're not vibrant, they're not deep, they're not taking over, they're not, you can see on their faces, right? So quickly saying hi now, and you can ask me questions about erotic photography. Okay, erotic photography is my favorite topic. This is what I do. I moved to London, okay, to become an erotic photographer. And when I moved there, I didn't know that I will find this profession. And I've changed my profession. Okay. So what is this? Oh my God. Hi everyone. Sexual energy is natural. That's so true. Sexual energy is the only energy that feeds you. Okay, you are an adult and you don't know where to take the energy. If you consume the food, it will be just 30% of your energy. Okay, that will be developed, and usually the brain takes it all. So what creates 70% of your energy? Okay, adults, you see, very often feel down because the lack of energy. You need energy to create. You need energy to change, to create a change. You need energy to make an action, okay? You need energy to do something, in general, to do something. Because when you do not have energy, people say, I'm not motivated. No, they just don't have energy. And they don't know where to get it, okay? They can take it from sexual energy. Right? Because this is natural for us. I want to learn. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I am talking about this first. Okay? I am talking about this first. Right? And then I will put a blog on my website. And then I invite everyone personally. Okay? To my course. Thank you so much. Do you do videos? Yes. Yes, I do videos at my studio. Usually I do videos for adults in a modeling business and adults as a couples. Okay, that's what I do. Sometimes girls want to surprise their husbands. Sometimes guys want to play with themselves on the camera. Okay, and when we include a cum shot at the end, okay, I use video shoot as well. Okay, so that's the thing. But adult photography will include photography only, because usually if you go to any kind of movie directors in the olden days, you would know that they started from photography, because that's where you see the picture. That's when you have that feeling and understanding, okay, what you like. Okay, what is your style? Okay, what you want to do as a creator. Okay, so everyone starts with the photography, but it's not absolute. You can start from the video. But my course will be, like I say, for beginners who would like to learn adult photography, erotic photography, specifically nude photography, because You see, I am not that photographer who will tell you about photography. No, I'm shooting erotic content without limitations. And that's what people want today. Okay, so that's why I am inviting, I'm inviting my students who want to do that, who want to offer erotic photo shoots without limits. And I will tell them and show them how to make people undress and do very, very naughty things in front of the camera and in front of you and perform and show you everything. And you will be very, very close. And you could hear how they're breathing. You can sense their smell, because the smell is changing. As soon as sexual energy kicks in, okay, the person's smell is changing. Sometimes you would not even accept some smells. They will be very strong. Different people, it's different people like different things, and they bring totally different smells. Okay, so that is all the erotica, and that's why photographers will not go there. Okay, first they cannot control sexually active personality when they are performing, right? Including couples. It's scary for them. Okay, because if you are creating a real erotica and real intimate moments, there has to be wild. Okay, it's not pretty. Seriously, it's not, and it has to be this way, to be raw and real. Okay, so it's not about beautiful romance. No, we will go deeper with my videos, with my course. But in the course, I would use videos, like tutorial videos, where, so how it's going to be, like very quickly, there will be a Telegram group, and I will invite people to a private group. Okay, and there will be master classes, tutorials when I speak and explain certain topics. Okay, there will be lives like that when I have classes, for my auditorium. Okay, and then there will be a homework every day, and I will be individually, looking at everyone's homework and giving a feedback. Okay, so that is how it's going to be. And what is special about this course, I can tell you. So imagine everyone coming into that course, right, to create adult photography, to learn adult photography, and everyone will be vibrating their own sexual energy, right? Some will be making nudes, some will be make love scenes for couples, some will be making maybe maternity, right, boudoir maternity. Some will be maybe making, for bridal or something. There are so many categories that we can put, into photography for adults, right? Some will be making photography only for models, adult models, glamour models, right? OnlyFans, right? Whatever. There is a big spectrum of adult photography that is available, and people will be choosing theirs. Okay, topic, right? I've covered them all, so I will be explaining. But the most important goal is to achieve results. And we count results when we shoot unlimited sessions, okay? Unlimited. So we make people to perform things, okay? To perform actions, right? To create fantasies, right? And I can tell you how to make it straightforward, easy to follow for them. You see, because when adults arrive to the studio, they are scared like children. Not everyone and not absolute, okay? But majority, okay? Majority. There is, and I love that group, okay? There is a group of people who are very healthy, okay? They're very healthy. They're very mature. They want to explore. They want to know. They want to know what will happen to them, okay? They want to know how they feel, okay? They want to feel a new vibe in front of, in their body, okay? And in front of you. There are people, because sexuality is your intellect, okay? And if you are able to talk about adult things, if you are able to have an adult conversation, intimate conversation with the adult without being awkward, shy, scared, without, trying and not able, to express yourself, right? So you are absolutely healthy without traumatic experience, okay? Adult you know, that means that you will be able to talk about intimate things with your partner and tell exactly what you want, how you like it, and then, you know, going into fantasies and exploring the adult world, right? So first we start verbally, okay? Verbally, discussions and learning how to speak to the clients, what to say, okay? What to say. Every time if I have a couple, I would always ask them how they would like to come. Always. Because I want to know. This moment will arise, okay? And I will lead them to that climax, okay? So that I want to know. There are so many photographers who would be scared to ask this question and even more scared to receive the answer because everyone wants to do a different thing, okay? Right, let me just talk 34 questions. Okay, starting now. Hi, hello, hi, hi, hi. Let you and me get together and make some beautiful kids forever. I don't want a kid, you know? My children are, you know, not children anymore. They're adult grown-up men. So let's start from that, okay? I want to do a video session. You want to do a video session. If you want to do a video session, you should find a videographer, okay? Photographers most of the time don't do videos, okay? Unless they are, you know, qualified, yeah, professional experience in that. I do both, okay? I do photography and I do video. For me, there is no sense, okay, to stay in one medium. There is no point. I can tell you why. Because at the beginning, people are stiff and shy and slow, okay? And the energy not comes to everyone as a hurricane, okay? When you have a couple, they can escalate very quickly to a certain height. With the couples, it's a totally different adventure, okay? You actually have to put them on the brake all the time, okay? Because otherwise they will finish quickly and you need to create a lot of content, okay? So that is a totally different topic with the couples, right? But when it comes to a video, in general, video, it's an action and a fast movement, okay? There is a lot of energy and very high frequency, right? So when I'm shooting a video, it's usually the start is in the middle of a session. I would begin with the photography, with the simple posing, with the simple testing, okay, with the adjusting the light, understanding, you know, what I'm shooting and how I'm shooting. Is this side is better or is this, you know, better? And understanding the personality, what they like and how they like. You need to relax them. You need to put them in the position that you can see that the body wants this, okay? When the body wants this, the brain switched off. Okay, and that's the moment, okay, when they stop thinking. When they stop thinking, this is sexual energy is coming, okay? Why we are so active when we take alcohol, okay? Why we are so, you know, easy to approach, right? When we are on some kind of a high, because we switch off our controller. The controller is sitting there and want to control everything, you know? And erotic is not about controlling things. Erotic is about letting go, you know, and as much as possible. That is erotic. So usually video session starts for me in the middle of the shoot, okay, halfway. Right? And the reason why I started doing video shoots, because I realized that with the photography, I cannot cover, okay, that energy, that sexuality, that connection, that hype, okay? They're just going wild, okay? And I am always feeling very much stress and disappointed because I missed this moment, and photography is just, you know, it's just, how to say, you need to, especially when there is a hardcore situation, right? You need to like crazily shoot. It's better go on the video and then extract the movie stills. You will get more value and you will be relaxed and how to say, and reassured that you covered everything, you know? So that's the video. That's why I started video. Okay, so video will not be included in my session for beginners. Okay, but you just gave me an idea. Maybe I would just add one topic about the video for people who are already experienced, you see, in the photography. Because when you are experienced photographer and you have a camera, most of, you know, fancy cameras now, they have a video mode, excuse me. You know? And if you know the photography, all you need is just to stabilize, right? Stabilize your gadget to create a great footage. And of course, you need to approach people in a certain angle, right? The closer you go, yeah, the better it gets. Right, silver fox with glasses. Okay, okay, okay. I want to shoot a session. Okay, my studio is based in London. Okay, so most likely you're not gonna shoot unless you travel to London. If you have if you have a business trip, you can book one, right? So to shoot an erotic photo shoot for me, it's very straightforward. Okay, you contact me on the website or on Telegram, okay, or on WhatsApp, right? Even here, and just pay a deposit. There is a session fee. Okay, individuals pay a session fee 540 and couples pay 740, and you are in. Okay, and later we will decide what package is best for you. Okay, we will work it out together. Okay, video. You want video. You see, people want video, especially couples. You know, couples, they are crazy about video. You know, they want to this, because they watched a lot of porn, they want to make their own and they want to rock it and they want to be better, okay? And he wants to look at his wife, not at some kind of, you know, chick, whatever, right? When she's enjoying, when she's being pleased, okay? And the guys want to show off as well, you know, and be the naughtiest and erotic fantasies, and they bring a lot of outfits. Video is great. Okay, video is great, but video comes with the post-production as well. You know, the photography part, it's a part when you are preparing, okay, staging everything, testing everything, and shooting photography. Then you have a huge post-production part, and I'm saying huge. Okay, because for me to shoot it very easy. In 1 hour, I can create between 50 to 300 pictures, depending on what we're shooting. Imagine I stay three hours and I create 1,400 images. I can tell you, when I shoot erotica, the margin of me being in the error is like 10%. So basically, I have the whole file of successful shots. And I'm, you know, when I'm shooting erotica, I move. Okay, I do million squats. I'm there a lot of framing, a lot of, you know, changing the settings, a lot of lighting changing, setting changing in terms of where they are, you know, because when you're shooting in the studio, it's not only the background. Usually you have certain setups, and then you move your couple around, you know, to be on the sofa, to be on the armchair, to be on the bed, you know, next to this wall, on the floor, you know, like you're doing, you know? So that's why when you create erotic photography, you will have it all and you will cover all, you know, from the moment they just touch, when they gaze into their eyes, and when their lips met, from the ever moment when they come and scream, you know? It has to be like that. Okay, 46 messages. You model. If I am a photographer and videographer, right, and run this business, I do not have time to model. Okay, but I can tell you where I model. There are people, when they arrive to the studio, men and women, okay, no matter about their gender, they don't know. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do with their body. Okay, they are disconnected. Their personality is disconnected. Okay, if they want to show their face and facial expression and it is acceptable, so the body is everywhere. Okay, they don't know where to put their hands, how to, you know, put their legs, okay, how to move their body, how to go into three-dimensional mode, because you see, when you are moving your body, you can create a lot of things, you know. So that's the moment when I become a model and when I show them what I would do in this setting, in a situation. Okay, we're sitting down, look how many ways I can pose myself and move my body around and create different opportunities, possibilities for different, options, how to do it, right? So that's where I am very good model. And I'm a good model for men because I learn. I shot a lot of male models and I can go into a male masculine energy and show them how to walk and how to move and how to keep that presence, how to put those shoulders in, how to do it. And I look like a bloke when I do it, okay? So that's very interesting. I can show you. I can show you. Don't forget about the smell. Yes, the smell, it's quite strong, okay, in the studio. Basically, if you talk about the smell, I can tell you, okay? When you shoot people who make love scenarios, love stories for the sake of experimenting, loving, connecting, finding new ways to satisfy, to please, have that excitement, okay, being in a totally different, atmosphere, environment, okay, creating something what is wrong with my hair? They never done before, okay? This is all the excitement and the smell in general, atmosphere changes a lot. And when I have people who are doing it not for money and not for fame, okay, but regular people doing it for love, for passion, for desire, you see, for those type of things, it drastically changes. It just changes. When I'm shooting a porn scenario, when people just doing it, okay, like basically doing it, it's not the same. It's not the same, I'm telling you. It looks on the camera, there is no difference. Because I'm still close, right? But in terms of energy, in terms of, how thick is the air and how much it smells, it's not the same. Not the same, right? Are you adult actress? The answer is no. The answer is no. I want a photo shoot with you. My God, you're breathtaking. Love you. Love you, heart. Okay. The photo shoot with me is possible only in one way. When you book a photo shoot and when you book a studio and a professional. Okay, and we create a erotic photo shoot for you. We will plan it, design it, we will lead you, we will pose you, we will guide you, we will light you, okay? So that's what is possible, okay? That's what is possible. Hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello. What you talking about? I'm talking about my topic, which is erotic photography, and today I am discussing photography course for adults, okay, and what it will reveal, what it will give, what I would be guiding my students towards to, what they will experience in their job in general, right? Because like I said, there are levels, okay? Boudoir studios or adult studios go to a certain level. Julie in her studio goes to a very end. There is no restriction, there is no limitations when I am creating sex art, okay? And that's what I will be teaching. I will be teaching people not to limit themselves and not to limit their clients. You see what happens when there is a couple, okay, and there are couples who do not want anything sexual. They just want a beautiful nude or explicit photography, right? To create an album or to create a wall art or to create a memory, okay? We take the moments and we make memories, special memories for them, right? In a digital format. And they don't want to expose themselves too much, show too much, go into a sexual mode. There is an auditorium like that. But majority couples get turned on. If they love each other, if they start touching, if they start kissing, they want to have sexual adventure. They do. They want to go all the way. They don't want to stop themselves. Okay, some people downgrading okay, downgrading the idea, saying like, oh, we're not gonna do it. But then, you know, when they start shooting, the brain switching off, okay, and the body is just doing it. You see? So that's the thing, okay? I wanna do something new. Then you wanna do erotica, okay? Erotica is a creative energy for adults, okay? And something new, it is risky, it is novelty, it is something what is exciting, okay? And if you're not scared, and people feel scared and nervous, and some feel terrified of something new, okay? So, you know, human become robot, right? Live in a certain routine, doing same things every day, okay? Again and again and again, and you become like a robot. And erotica is that aliveness. It will bring you a new feeling of excitement, new people, new thoughts, new ideas, new actions. Erotica will bring that through the sexual energy, you know, right? And you can feel it. You can feel it. But how you would go to the gym? You can go to the gym and do it by yourself. But there are a lot of people who would want to be guided, right? They want to watch someone. They want to learn from someone. They want to get inspired. They want to get motivated. They want to see how the others are doing. They want to compare, right? They want to compare. So that's why I am creating adult photography course, because when you will be in a group, you will be learning like the others, and you will be overcoming the same problems. Okay, first you will be shooting yourself and creating your own selfies, and you will see how much that will affect you, how long it will take, how many pictures you would make, how successful you should, how you can evaluate. You will understand how people feel. Okay, seriously. Then you will ask someone to take picture of your body when you undressing. So then you will go totally into that vibe and understand, oh my God, you actually need to put some skill in and some work and some experience in there. You know, during that course, I would make you feel, so that when you creating erotica for others, you will make them feel something, and that feeling something, it is already new. It is already new, or forgotten old feeling, right? There are a lot of adults who would say, oh, I remember how I felt, you know, when I was younger or something. They felt sexual energy, which was flowing through their body, okay? It's not about the age, okay? It's not about that, okay? They remembering sexual energy when it's uncontrollable, they do not understand it, they just let it go, right? And it was taking their body. That's why they were so active. That's why they were so passionate. That's why they want many things, desired many things. And slowly this energy gets suppressed. And in some bodies are blocked, right? I know it's creamy. Yes, sometimes it is. Well, howdy, mama. Okay, 60 messages. Come on. I like the messages, but ask me a question. How are you? I am talking about adult photography course. I'm very well. Looking good today. Kiss you back. Please follow me, baby. Hello, hello, hello. You have quite a beautiful smile. Thank you. What are you talking about again? Good night, Angel. What is this? You got me going as you talk. Very well. You truly make the sun look at him compared to the brightness of your beauty. We have poets here. We have poets. Poetry is very sexy. Okay, those lips. I love you. I love you. Shall I say your name? I don't know. Let me see. Okay, hi, hello. Great question. Great. I'm getting sexual energy from you. That's normal. You can get any kind of energy if it's flowing. okay? If you meet someone who is in a very good mood, okay, and will say hi and you know, and share something amazing with you, that's what you will get, okay? If you meet a person who is depressed and sad and upset about something and just lash out on you, okay, you will feel, you know, unpleasant because that person shared his negative energy, right? So different people sharing different vibration. Okay, I share sexual energy for a very simple reason, because I'm talking about it. You see? I'm talking about it. And some people can talk about it and you feel nothing. Okay, some people can do it, right, to you, and you feel nothing. Most of the time, when you are with the woman and she is, you know, she is in a child's vibration, okay, men are not getting that much satisfaction, okay. So that's the thing that we will discuss, one of the topics as well, because when your client will arrive and you will be learning erotic photography, you would need to establish what is the vibration of that person, where he's stuck, okay? There are people who, like I say, in a confident vibe, they will be very excited to try something new, okay, to undress, to experiment with you, to work with you, okay, will trust you. And there will be people who scared and nervous, okay, they're scared to undress. How are you gonna take a hot and sexy explicit pictures of that person who doesn't trust you, who's scared? He is terrified. They came to do it, and they have to perform, they have to bring it. So this is photographer's job to move them to that energy, to that place, to that moment when they start feeling it and being confident and being sexy, okay? This is not straightforward, okay, to put it there. It takes time. It takes time, to be honest, okay? Hi, hello, hi, hello. Show me, it's dry, steamy, okay, teach me. I'm gladly take students, and I will teach photography for adults, okay, photography for adults. And like I say, we will have practice and you will be doing a lot of work, okay, and listening to what I say, right? And then I will be giving a feedback. Okay, it looks like straightforward situation, okay, but your mental change will change. The body will change, the way you accept things, okay? Your language will change. Your sound will change, okay, when you go into sexual energy. And you know what is important? When you are in the group, everyone will be delivering the information, what will be a different sexual vibration. Okay, someone will be in a fetish, BDSM mode. Like I say, someone will be in maternity mode. But when everyone in the group combined discuss and learn, you will feel, okay, I will bring you that certain feeling, okay, because sexual energy is very powerful. You know how powerful it is. Sexual energy sells. Sexual energy creates humans. And of course, sexual energy is something what makes us feel alive. Life in general, universe, want you to feel sexual energy as an adult, okay? Universe don't want you to vibrate in a child's energy. Universe don't want you to be, you know, cry baby, okay, scared baby, right? Shy baby, awkward baby, right? The universe even don't want, you see people when they putting their goals about their life. Today I spoke with one of my friends, and she has a great career, okay, medical career, right? Such a huge career, but she doesn't have an intimate life, okay? And I said to her that you put all the sexual energy out there, okay? That's where you're using it. Seriously, you know, that's where you're using it. Then it's not enough for yourself and for your personal life and for your husband, because you don't want him. You know, people when they go to the office, they put their nicest clothes, right? They put the perfume. They're so attentive. They're so flirty. They're so in their element. This is all sexual energy. They're using it up, you know? So there are many ways how you can express yourself, okay? But the universe, you see, the universe wants you to love, to feel love, right? And the real love you can feel for a sexual vibration, because that's the connection. That's the true connection, okay? That's the true adulthood. When you are in that sexual vibration, no one cares about your medals. No one cares about your bank. You know, I mean, talking about in the universe, right? It's not made to do that. It's made for you to feel, you feel the life, and you are alive, and you are vibrating, and you are satisfied and happy, okay? And after intimacy, do you know any kind of more happiness? Okay, and I'm talking about great intimacy, right? Okay, let me just confirm that. Okay, we're reaching 1 hour, and I'm gonna stop soon, right? And just scrolling down and trying to finish the questions. What is the subject exactly? The subject exactly, adult photography course. I'm talking about erotica, and I am creating boudoir, body portraits, glamour, nude, explicit, make love scenarios and erotic fantasies without restrictions, without limitations, till the very end. Okay? That's what we are discussing here, what the students who will enroll into my course will be hearing, right? They will be listening to my voice, okay? And they will be going through a certain program, which I believe it's very important to know for erotic photography, okay? Because erotic photography, again, it's not about the background, it's not about the settings, it's not about the lighting. Erotic photography is about that person who is undressing in front of you and in front of the camera, okay? And what he is doing, and how he is vibrating, and what he is showing, and how he is daring and going into that experimental and challenging mode that you are feeling it. When you are feeling it, everyone else will, okay? And he is showing to you the true adult self, the demons that are there. Erotica, it's about alter egos, okay? Erotica is about all those voices in your head, right? If you are in a sexual vibration, you want certain interaction, right, within yourself, and feel certain things. And when I say this, I can tell you one thing, right? And I've mentioned yesterday that men are very gifted to feel the orgasm and the climax. It's natural for them. It's given by God, okay? The woman needs help to reach that climax. She cannot take herself to that realm, okay? She can't do it. She needs men, okay, to really come, okay? She needs to put work as well. It needs to relax, and needs to give that abundance, you know, when it comes to going into climax, right? So it's different situations we will discuss during the course, because when you are learning erotic photography, you are learning to talk erotica with your clients, okay? You are learning to transform that personality from a certain stage into the highest sexual matter, okay? And you're learning to recognize that. And of course, you are witnessing a transformation during the photo shoot. And of course, you are recording everything, okay, on camera, right? So then before and after, there will be a very big difference, Okay, imagine a woman who didn't have any intimate connection or sexual connection. Her face is one, okay, and then after an amazing, time and the orgasm, her face is transformed. It changed. Okay, she looks differently. She looks much fresher, much younger. She's not yelling anymore. Okay, her voice is different. It's soft, She purrs like a kitten, maybe. You don't know, right? So that's the thing. Okay, you will be talking and understanding all of that before you even go to certain things, right? Wow, now it's in my hands. Good. Okay, most beautiful woman ever. Thank you. Thank you. ¿Cómo estás? I don't speak Spanish. I would wish. English is my fourth language. Okay, I wish. I wish maybe one day I will learn. Okay. Hello, Julia. You are very beautiful and fascinating woman. You just like the topic. Thank you so much. Okay. I told I'm vanilla. What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay. There are brutal men. Okay, there are brutal men, masculine men. Okay, there are vanilla who is more into romance, soft and that kind of a thing. And there are switch. Okay, switch. They switch from vanilla to a fetish, to a different kind of destination. You don't know very often. Okay, you meet a certain person and it will reveal in you certain qualities. Those qualities, like I say, there are alter egos, which responsible for your sexual adventures, fantasies. Erotica is a healing. Okay, we have an ego who is protecting us, right, and developing in the childhood, and still working for us, right, protecting. And there are alter egos. They healing our traumas, which are related with intimacy. Okay, when you develop your intimate sexual intellect, right, when you're meeting a lot of people and interact with people, right, you're also developing a certain immunity towards that. You're learning and experimenting. Okay, and when you know who you are, you know who you are. However, you can change. It depends on your alter egos, which one will be suppressed, which one will come and play. And during erotic photo shoot, what I do is I test my clients. Okay, they think they know who they are and they think they know what they like, and I change their opinion and I prove they're wrong. That's what I enjoy very much. Okay, they're telling me one thing and I'm saying, okay, just one picture. Okay, just one picture. It's not gonna hurt you if you will create this and this fantasy just just for the show. Take this whip, okay, or take this color, or let's put those restraints. Okay, let's do the choking moment or something, and then they suddenly start to enjoy. Okay, there are so many moments and so many examples like that. So if you think you are vanilla, you think this way. Someone can prove you wrong. Okay, depends on your partner. With one person you act one way and you love one thing. Okay, with the other person, that person has a totally different energy and will match different alter egos, and you will act differently. You maybe will be a different person. Okay. Right. Hi, hello again. Hi, hello. Oh my gosh, I finished the end. Thank you so much. I don't see any more messages. I know there are much more in there. I go to war for you. I believe so. Okay. Thank you so much for everyone who is participating and watching. Right, today's topic was about adult photography course for beginners and for people who would like to change their career. Okay, we know that adult business is expanding. Okay, and it's a lot, very popular. So this is one way. Okay, and the other thing, we know that there are a lot of lonely people. We know, right? It's another pandemic. And there is a lot of lonely people and they need sexual energy, so you will bring their life back and you will give them that intimacy and that happiness that they came to all to be happy. Okay, everyone came to be happy, but some people just need a way. They're lost, they're confused, they're shy, and they're scared, right? Erotica helps to come out of the shell, okay, and show yourself to the world. Show to those people who are, be interested in you. When you're scared and when you're shy, you are invisible, okay, to the others, especially adults. When you are in the child's vibration, the adults would not see you, okay? They would not recognize you, right? Today I spoke with one girl because one lady asked me to talk about adult things with the 14 years old girl. And I talked about, does she fancy anyone? Was she ever in love? And so on, okay? So when people are shy and scared, they are children, okay? And when you have a mature personality, you don't want to sleep with the child, okay? You don't want to sleep with the child. That's why sexual energy, it's so important, okay, in your body, because that's what you show. That's what other people see, They see you. They see you. They see your colors, okay? They see who you are. Okay, so what I was just saying, that let me just come back to people who are professionals, because there are professional photographers who would like to expand their career and maybe put, some extra money to the budget. Erotic photography without limitations is very limited professionals out there, because no one teaching that. You have to have a certain background and experience. Okay, and because I do, that's why I can. Okay, that's why I can. Right. Okay, last question if I have it. Last question if I have it. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Love you because you mean it. Next topic will be about sex art galleries. Okay, that will be my next topic, next discussion. I hope I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Okay, you will know more. And I'm inviting you, everyone, okay, to join to see, because we need to see other people how they're doing it. You know why we need erotica? We grow up in an environment and in atmosphere when feelings were hidden. Okay, with feelings were hidden, where it's suppressed, where it's closed, when it says it's taboo, when it says it's not allowed, when it says it's dirty, when it says it's bad, and everything what is natural and sexual, okay, being put, into an adult spectrum, that it's corn, okay? If you're seriously passionate and if you're seriously delivering in the bedroom, you must be, an escort. Or something. And then on the other hand, men who are really truly want, amazing adventures, and they have a very shy wife because she doesn't know, she's not expanding herself, okay? They look into an adult business and into an escort, okay? So I believe naturally adults need to wake up to this and deliver and live for themselves, okay? Not to go and watch porn, but create that in their bedroom, with their own bodies, with their self, okay? That's what we need to do. Properly love each other, one desire each other, feel the passion, okay? Feel the passion. Right, okay. I like the positive energy. Okay, last question, last statement. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Love you, love you. Okay, I'm going. Till the next time. Thank you for being with me. Bye. Okay, bye here and bye here. It was nice chatting with you. Thank you for your questions. When you see me next time, okay, you can ask me all about erotic photography, erotic photo shoots, erotic fantasies, okay, what I create. All right, bye for now. Thank you.